So yeah, should we start with the India?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay. So can you tell me what is impure functions and what is pure functions?
Impure functions and pure functions.
Yes,
The terminology, I have no idea about it.
you have applied it on the daily basis on the code. Do you know the concept? Like I don't know. Like I don't want to like hear the terminology words. If you know it, you know the concept.
Pure functions and then pure, like I haven't heard about it.
Okay. Can you open your console?
Yeah,
Yeah, please.
let me share my screen.
Yeah. And you can open any editor you are comfortable with.
Yeah, I have opened.
Can you zoom it a
Is it
little?
visible?
Yeah, it is visible. Zoom it a bit, a little more. Yeah, yeah. That's can you can reduce a zoom. That's too much. Yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. So can you write a console?
Console.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, and okay. After this console, write where a equals to b equals to
Where
12.
A,
After this statement where b equals to a equals to
B equals to A equals to
12,
12.
and in second statement write console log of p, and in the first statement write console log of a.
Console log of A.
And yes, yes, and there in second line,
So,
no, no, on second line.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Here.
yes, console log of b.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what will be the
The
output?
output of the both console.
Yes.
So, due to the hosting and the code execution, B will assign with undefined.
Okay.
So, both
B will
the
be undefined.
both of the A and B.
Will be undefined.
Let me think about it. That
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have created a bar B and which is equals to A. A have 12. So A haven't created yet. Maybe it's give a error here due to like we haven't created A.
Are you sure?
If not, so it will give a undefined.
So what will be the console log of p?
Both will be the undefined.
Both will be undefined. Can you
Can
run
I
it?
run?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Error.
So it is not defined. So
I
okay,
was wrong.
okay. No worries. Uh, Tell me. Uh, Take C with empty array and D with empty array.
But C equals to empty array.
Yes. Where const C,
Where C equals to
and
empty array.
take any other array with other variable and keep it as, yeah, anyway, and you can console log of
Console transit.
c double equals to d, and take another console with triple equal to. So what will be the output?
So here we have created two variables C and D, which I have assigned with empty arrays.
Yeah.
So double equal to will check it is equal or not, and triple equals to check it strictly check means it will check the data types as well.
Okay.
Referencing object. So
So what will be the output here?
here I think it will be the true, or for the second one, both are different in the memory. Maybe it will get false.
False.
Yes,
Its data type is different, you mean to say.
data type is same.
Data type is same and value is same, or so value is different, you mean to say, and data type is same.
Yeah, like uh, both have different values.
Okay, no worries. Tell me what will. Okay, so tell me what's the logic behind the first and what's the logic behind the second console. Why
So
it is true?
basically, double equals yeah, like basically the double equals to checks the both is same or not without checking the like data types.
So its
So here
value is same.
both are empty,
Both are empty. Okay.
and for 5 it will check the data type. Both data types are same, so due to that it will be true, but both have different memory allocation.
Hmm. Yeah.
Maybe due to that it will get give us a false.
Okay.
Can I
Go. Yeah,
run it?
yeah. You can run it.
Both are false.
Any idea why both are false?
In this case, it will check like empty and empty. Both are empty and data types are same.
Do you know immediately invoke function expression?
Yeah,
Can you tell me what it is?
like immediate invocation function is basically used for invoking the function immediately. Like we know we need to call a, like for example we use while running a server, we know we need to call that server at in initial stage. So we created a function using the uh, our like circular bracket and directly we call them curly
Okay.
bracket and directly
Okay. So
by this we yeah
yeah, yeah. You were saying continue.
this it will call automatically whenever the file will run.
Okay, Zahir. So do you know any features of immediately invoked function expression? Any like suppose if we define variables inside immediately invoked function expression, so that
Okay,
variable will be global variable or something else.
so the variable inside a block will be the local variable for them. If we created
It will
like
be a
say
local or something.
it will be local. It will we will access them only in the function.
Okay, and can we
The
access
block which we
outside?
have created, we can't access outside due
Is
to the
there
block.
any way?
So for accessing outside, we can like create where where variable declaration
So where
like
variables
this.
will be a global variable, you mean to say in
It
immediate
will
invoke.
yeah, it will accessible
Okay,
outside.
so can you create immediately invoke function expression?
can I print?
Just create it first.
I'm not remembering about the bracket. Maybe it's a curly bracket. It's a curly bracket.
Okay. And you will be so that is a uh, it is a local scope, you told me.
Let me think about
Var variable.
second. Yeah. So if we created a variable with let keyword, we can access here. But if we try to access below the function execution or above the, we can't access that.
That's let, right?
For the let
Take
and
var
const.
variable.
Let right.
Now tell me.
For the where we can access here, and if we try to access below this, so immediate invocation will run directly. So if we see the code execution, memory will assign, and then it will remove from the.
So is there any way
Yeah,
to access value? So you meant to say there is no way to access value outside.
we can access by creating variable upper side. Like
That's
we can
no,
create a
no.
variable
I
here.
don't want variables. That is different. I want to access that variable A
This variable
outside.
A.
Is there any way? And that is that where variable is it?
We can access where
Firstly, tell me it is
A
a
outside.
local scope where
Where is a function scope? So
function
maybe we
scope.
can access. Yeah, because of this is only a block.
It is a block scope. You mean
Hello,
to say?
am I audible clearly?
Yes. I'm saying is it a block scope
So
only? Where variable?
it's a no, it's a function scope.
It's a function scope, not a
Let
global
and
scope.
const are yeah, function scope.
Okay. Create a
Means
function.
in this condition, you are asking for this condition
Yes, for this
or
condition, for this
for
immediate
this
invoke function
condition
expression. Inside that function,
for for this condition it will be a global function, global variable.
it will be a global variable.
Yes,
Okay.
the behavior of where keyword is for the block. If you talk about the scope, where is a function scope, and other declaration variables for the there are let and const which have block scope.
Okay. You comment this down firstly, and we will go on to this later. Okay. And now
Okay,
create a function, and inside that there should be any var variable.
where
A like do any variable and access anywhere. Yeah. Now this var variable, it will be accessible where like can we access it outside the scope?
no, we can't access
We can't access.
outside the scope. We can access inside only.
We can access inside only.
In this scope, the highlighted scope means in the only a function.
Okay, and if we write let, then it's also the same.
The same case, yeah.
Okay. uh write var b, okay, and let a equals to 12,
Let c equals to 12.
and write after the scope
enter this code.
Yes, console log of B and write console log of C.
So for this we will get 10, and for this we will get uh, error, which will be the reference error.
Reference error.
Reference, I am forgetting the error types. It means it not declared yet, so it will give an error.
Okay, but you told me B is not accessible outside the function for where
Sorry, sorry. Yeah, let me think. Like, yeah, we will get the error both in both cases.
both the cases. So what will be the error here?
The same error, variable is not declared.
Not declared. Can you run it
Reference error.
for both?
Yes.
Okay. Now go to immediate invoke function expression. Have you do you know what is getter and setter function?
Yeah,
You know it.
yeah, we used for like accessing the private variable in class. For setting, we use setter, and for getting, we use getter.
So have you used with the help with function expression like immediately invoke function expression? Have you used getter setter functions?
No, I haven't used like, but we can use in this case for access this variable.
Okay. Create an
You are
object.
cut the sound
Now
like,
I'm audible.
yeah,
So create an object.
in downside.
Yeah, yeah. And you can comment all the statements which are there above. Create an object with
Yes.
name, name, age, and and and,
Okay.
and
Name,
gender.
age. Okay.
And there should be around 3 to 4 names should be there. And for each name there should be a age and gender.
Multiple need to create multiple object.
Yes. In,
Okay.
inside that object only you have to create it, right? For a particular name there
Okay.
should be age and gender, and there
For
should
a
be,
particular name
yeah, there should be age and gender.
means array of object of array. Array of object.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Have different names.
Okay.
mm. And I want to access only female F part.
This one.
Yes, only F part. So how will you do it?
So I need to get the F part, means this object only.
Yes.
So there can be multiple solutions, but we can like iterate on this object array, and with the help of like if condition, we can get if the gender is f, so we will get the our required
Yeah,
output.
you can go ahead.
Okay, like for iterating, I can use for each I, for each person, for each person, like if for person dot gender is equals to f, we can console log the person. Can I run it?
Yeah.
Let me think once more. Like we want this object, so I'm iterating on the object, and we'll get the object as the here per person dot gender is equal to f. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. What is higher order function?
higher order function.
Yes.
Higher order function. So the higher order function is basically the same as the normal function, but the different is uh, we we receive a function as an argument, and we return a function.
Okay.
Basically, the working of the higher order function is like we used to return a function. We receive a function which we do some manipulation. Then after we return that function. The main
Okay. Any
concept of
examples?
like currently I have implemented in React like higher order, same as a higher order component, where
Mm-hmm.
we can use them as we can receive a component, we can do some manipulation on that component, we can return that component. So the
So
main goal is
there are few array methods. So what is map method? Map method is of which type?
map method. Like we receive a function, so it will be a higher order function.
Okay.
It manipulate and give us a array.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Can you tell me what a first class function?
First class function.
Yes.
First class function. Like due to the terminology, I have no idea about it.
You
First
can give
class
me an
function.
example if you don't know terminology. Like you know the concept. If you know
No,
it, you don't.
no.
Okay. Okay. No worries. Okay. Write console log of
Console dot log of
ABC
ABC.
as a string, right?
Okay.
So ABC divide by 2.
ABC outside the string.
No, no, no. Outside the just inside the console log ABC
In
divide by 2. That's
like
it.
this,
Yes. What will be the output?
the output as it is a string. If we try to, we are doing a division with the string. Uh, like if we use concatenating, so it will be plus. If you use multiply, it will have maybe it will give us a string like a b c slash 2
You can run.
None, not a number. Right.
Why?
Because it's trying to divide this ABC with 2, and ABC is not a number, so it will get a not a number data type out
Okay.
as out.
Okay. What will be the output of console
Console,
dot log
yes,
nan?
nan,
You can write n capital A then capital N. A should be small.
nan,
Uh, double equal to nan.
nan.
Yes. And also have triple equal to as well.
So the double equal to checks the comparison. So both nan and nan is a falsy value. It will gives a true. In the
Okay.
same case, triple equals to checks by strict check. It will compare both the values are falsy and it will give true. And strict check means data type checks. So both the data types are same. So it will give us a true.
Okay. You can run it.
Can I run?
Can you tell me why? Any idea? Because you are not able to answer. So any idea why it is showing false?
Like double comparison will checks the data, like compares with the its value, and both the value are falsy. So it will should give us a true, but it given a false. No idea.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me any other example of an
What? Please can you repeat it again?
any other example of an?
Any other example of any
Yes.
where we can use this?
Like we have done console log of ABC divided by 2. We received output as NN.
NaN.
So
Okay.
similarly, any other example other than string divided by number? Any other example of NN?
So NaN basically we get when we tried not a number.
Yeah, I
The
got
output
it.
is a not a
I
number.
got it. Just create any example.
Okay. So let me think about like for generating a not a number. We can we can like multiply with number string.
You can go ahead.
Yes. This will give us an NaN or more.
You can run it. You are sure, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Zaid, just a second, huh? So yeah, Zaid, were you able to get it?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Zaid, were you? able to
whereas
got NaN.
string which is a number in it will convert the number. So we, as I have tried for consoling this one, so I have got the one which I expected as a none, but I have received a one. So if I
Okay,
tried
so
a
if
string
if
here,
a if you try one as a string plus one as a number, so what you will receive?
it will concatenate it.
Okay,
Means it will make
so
as 11.
11. So into it is not working. So any other way, any other method, any other way?
Any other way means to get an n,
Yes,
we
it's
can do like this. For string,
you can go
we have
ahead.
used this.
It is showing NN. Now,
Yeah,
what you did, NN double equals to NN, right? We have received
yeah,
false. Any idea,
yes.
like now why it is received false? Because you have to console log with output NN. You can see on 35th statement I gave you console log of ABC as a string divided by 2.
Okay,
Can you now both have output as NN, right?
yeah.
So can you think how NN has been false? Now seeing by these two statements, NN double equals to NN. We have received false on 37th. You can see we have received false, right?
Yeah,
So by seeing this two statements, have you getting an idea why it is false?
because both are not a number. We are trying to do operation with them.
Okay, so take this string a into one into different variable or different um, yeah, you can create different variables and assign it to them.
Means you are telling to create a two variables.
Yes,
Let a equals to a, right?
a into one.
Okay, like this.
Yes, and now do what do you think a double equals to b will be?
A double equals to b. Like both are both the value will be the falsy value. Like comparing the both are in a different memory. If I refresh the like
You are
case
only
which
checking the value, right?
yeah,
So you just
in the case
tell
of
me
double equals to
what will be what can be the output now.
the output will be the output will be the out uh, as it will be true, but if I see here by in this case we got the false due to the memory. I think it will checks the memory, both are in a different location, so you will receive a false
It receive false and why?
because we are trying to compare a and
Zaid,
b
just give a minute. Give a minute. Yeah, Zaid, you can continue.
like in the case of double equals to comparison, it checks the value as per my knowledge. So the value in both the case it will be nan, and for this nan we try to console both like for this console we should get a true, but here for I have seen this case which we are getting false. So maybe it will be the false.
Adisha,
Let me like we are here we have nan and here we have the values are not a number. The comparison of double equals to checks the value, so it will be the true, but it will give us a false. I'm sure.
it will give false.
Yeah,
Okay, it will give false. Now you can check in A. Uh, okay, so on what basis you are telling me false? Just because we have checked NN double equals to NN is false.
like like the double as I have said, double equals to checks the value, compares the value, both are same or not, and checks the data type in strict check means
But
double
here
equals.
both having NN, right?
Yeah, like it's checking in the like memory if it is same in memory or not. Due to this, we are getting false.
Memory due to which it is not getting false.
Okay.
See, okay. So you this was the reason because NN double equals to NN we have received false. You are saying it will
No,
receive
like
false,
I'm
right?
thinking like as you can think about like for now you can think about like I have no idea about it like why we are getting NaN equals to double
Okay, you
NaN.
are not getting it why it is receiving
Yeah,
false.
yeah, yeah,
Now, can you check A there is different value and in B there is a different value.
yeah.
So if they have different value, so
Both are in NaN means
both having an n, but why it is an n, due to
uh,
which value it is an n, they have different n,
yeah. Both
different
have different
conditions,
NaN.
due to different conditions they are appeared as n, they don't
Okay,
have same condition.
okay. Got your point.
Okay, so
Okay, so
that's what I wanted to like come to the, because by seeing this 39th and 40th statement you should be able to understand it, why they are
okay,
why
okay. Now
it
I
is receiving
like
false.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay, uh,
because of the way. Okay.
okay,
But I think like as I have said, like NaN is a false value. So I thought like value will be the false and the false equals to false. It will give us true.
yeah,
But the reason is different.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
nice. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move to okay, give me another console, write another console log. One double equals to uh, string one,
One one
double equals to
equals to string one.
string one, yes.
Here the value are one is one, which is number, and one is one. So here in this case we will get true, but in triple equals to we will get false.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you know what is function currying?
Yeah,
Can you give me an example?
function in function currying we used to call function after function mean if we return for
You can
in
give me an
function currying.
example, not a
Yeah,
very.
okay. Yeah, in function currying we basically returns a function which we can calls it directly
Okay,
after the previous function calling. Like we can like For example, I have a function sum, whereas I have send passed a parameter as a 1 and 2. It will give us a 3. So I can pass as a 3, means whatever the value we want to send, it will give us as a output. If I try to console it, like 3 plus 3 6. The way which we are calling it is known as function currying.
Okay. Give me an example. Write an example for it.
Let me
I
write this
want
example.
multiply three numbers and do it with the help of
Multiply
multiply three numbers and do it with the help of function key.
means like this way.
Yeah. Yes, you can say
Okay.
that.
No. So let let me write it. Okay.
Yeah.
Function invocation here. So I will create a function in which we will have we will receive a variable. It will be the m multiplier, and we will simply return a function which will also receive a m2. You can say m2, m1, m2, and in which we will return m1 into m2. So check if for creating m1 to m2 function, it will execute while sending it calling the function again. So m1 m2. So to check how I will do it, if I this will be the process. I can't do this like this.
You won't be able to do it.
Let me think like
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you can take your time.
so. The in function currying we used to take a we closure
There
variable
are three
which
parameters,
take
right?
yeah.
And we have to multiply three numbers.
We will firstly we will receive a one, and then after we again calling the function. Right this way, na?
Yes. But
So
I guess you are showing with the resultant of two numbers. Have you used function curry?
in past never.
Okay.
The way I have implemented once, like
Okay. No worries. We'll move ahead. Do you know what is recursion function?
function calling itself.
Okay. So generally, in which scenarios we?
iterating on object. If, like for APIs, we receive data. We know we need to need to modification on something in array. We can iterate over them, and we can write a recursive function for.
Iteration on array we can do it with the help of for each, right? Map for each.
Yeah,
For each we can do it iteration. So
like
why
the,
we need recursion?
the no, like the scenario where we need to call function again to doing some task, like
Which kind of task?
uh, for example, the general, like Fibonacci.
Okay.
For
Okay.
real time, we can, like for real time I have used, like uh, there is a object in which we receiving a object. The
Okay.
object of parent is same as the child. Inside that, like the chat, if we comment section, if it see the
Okay.
comment.
Zaid, just give me a second. Yeah, Zaid, should we move ahead?
Yeah,
Yeah. So where we were, like, okay. So recursion function, right? Okay, you told about the recursion function. Uh,
yes.
Tell me how you can convert an object into an array.
Object into an array
Yes.
means we have a object, we need to convert it an array, means
Yes.
we need to pass this value into this value.
Yes.
We can push the
You
values
have to
inside.
convert it.
We need to convert.
Yes.
So converting object into array, we can pass the values of the object in array.
Are there any methods, like, is there any method you can use for conversion?
We can, like we can use array of object
Array of object.
name, means we can pass the object.
We have to convert an object into an array. So we will use array of objects for that.
I have no idea about it. But if we want, like the values of the object, we can, like using object dot entity, iterate over this, and we can push the values of object in array.
Okay, have you used the methods object dot values, object
Yes,
dot entries?
yes, object dot entries.
Have you used it?
Yeah,
Okay, you can show me an example.
like let me create a object first,
Yeah.
which have, let me copy from our website.
And these methods are used for?
Iterating on the object to get the value. Like entries give us a value as key and value, and object dot value give us a value, and object dot keys give us a keys.
Okay, just show me an example.
Yeah, object one. This is a object dot entries.
So what you're doing here?
printing the key and values.
Key and values.
As
Okay.
you have told, like show the views of, right.
Yes.
So I am printing the key and values. Yeah. What do you want, like, to show?
Basically, entries is used for converting object into an array. You are
Okay.
not okay. So okay,
I have used for like iterating the object mainly.
okay. Iterate iterating part is you are using for each.
Right.
Okay, we'll move to React.js.
Yeah.
Tell me what you have used in React.js, like class components you have used.
Functional component.
You have used functional components. Okay, so from which version of functional components? 18.
Recently, yeah.
Okay. Uh, so what are the main files in React project?
Main files like index file, which and index.html, index.js,
You can
which,
close your presentation.
okay. So basically, the main files in React project are index.js file, in which we created a React.
Tell me the more important files.
Important files are like index.js file, index.html file.
Okay, these are the only two important files.
Yeah, we need package JSON for like
Okay,
in the project,
okay,
package.json file. When
okay.
we install it, receive the all of the React.
Okay, what is the difference between stateless and stateful components?
In stateless, like the main difference between stateless and stateful, the components are depending on the state, and in stateless, the component is not dependent on state.
Is not dependent on state.
Like, yeah,
Okay, so which so why they are known as stateless? So because of they are not dependent on state, that's why they are known as stateless. You mean to say?
uh, yes, like in stateless, the component have state.
Do you know class components? They were known as stateful components.
No idea.
No idea. Okay. Is React? It is a framework or a library?
It is a library.
Library. So tell me, do you must be having basic ideas of AngularJS, basic like
Little bit,
knowledge.
yeah, because
Yeah,
the
I'm not asking whether you have worked on just basic upper
yeah,
knowledge.
I have like, yeah, upper node.
Okay. So tell me what's the difference between AngularJS and React.js?
Like AngularJS is a framework and React.js is a library. The main difference of the library and framework is like framework have a structure we need to follow. Like
So I got it. It uses framework and it uses library. No need to differentiate between framework and library. Just like any other difference.
in
Framework
between
and
React and
library.
Angular.
Yes.
In React Angular or framework or library.
Yes. Other than this point, any other difference
In between which, like React or Angular.
between React and Angular?
Okay. So the difference between Angular and React React use JSX and Angular use TypeScript and use normal HTML CSS for component, and both are single page application.
React uses TypeScript.
Yeah, we can use TypeScript as well. In component base, React use JSX.
Okay, so tell me, React.js, it uses real DOM?
Yes,
It uses real DOM, right? React.js.
virtual DOM, real DOM, comparison, rendering,
Okay.
reconciliation
So,
process.
okay, so what is virtual DOM?
Virtual DOM, like in the process of reconciliation, the like whenever the something is changed, React checks the virtual DOM, the part which have changed, it changes in the shadow DOM and then reflect on the real DOM. Due to this, the process of the changing, it only changes the part which has changed.
So, due to which processing, it becomes slower, right?
What, can you repeat it again?
Processing, due to virtual DOM, it
But
becomes slower. Am I right or wrong?
React is faster, like because
React
of
is
the
faster. Why?
because it's only changed the part which has changed using the reconciliation process.
Okay. Do you know the processing or the loading? It becomes uh, what's the impact of real DOM and what's the impact of virtual DOM?
Impact.
Yes.
So, like virtual DOM is a copy which we use for referencing, and real DOM is the real copy which we are presenting on the screen of client. Virtual DOM use for like the checking the changes part.
Yeah, that's fine. That I got it. I just want to know what's the impact. Mm, What's the main
Impact.
impact due to which what will happen? We use virtual DOM in React.js.
Yeah.
So, what's the impact of it? What's the main what we can achieve through virtual DOM?
We
We
can,
know we can check through real DOM and we will only process the change part.
due to this it will be the faster, like we are only changing
Yes.
the part.
So it becomes faster, right?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know, the impact. Okay. So what is JSX?
JSX is like generally people used to say HTML, but HTML in HTML inside JavaScript, but JSX is like JavaScript which we used to write HTML, which after compiled with Babel to create a JavaScript.
Okay.
The
So
process of converting which is used by Babel. Yeah.
so JSX are understandable by browsers, right?
No, JavaScript is understandable. Like browser can understand JavaScript,
Okay.
but
So how we write JSX? So
we write JSX, and behind the scene, Babel convert the our JSX into the vanilla JavaScript.
okay, okay.
Like if we try, can should I give example?
No, no, I got it. I got it. Uh,
Okay,
okay. So which are the hooks you have worked with?
mainly use state, use effect, use callback. Uh, these are the main which I used to use on daily data.
So you haven't used memo.
Use memo. Yeah, yes, I have used on a daily day. I use to use state, use effect, use callback, and I have also used use memo.
Okay. And
Used
have you worked with Redux?
yeah, Redux toolkit.
You have worked on Redux toolkit.
Yes,
Okay,
currently
okay,
working on
okay,
using that
okay,
RTQ, also known as RTQ, React Redux toolkit. QA.
okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine. Tell me,
Yes.
Uh, what is okay? You haven't use reducer, right?
No. Like generally we use reducer, which is the same as the
Okay,
combination of reuse context and reuse reducer is Redux.
okay, fine, fine. Tell me, how you
I
can
know, like I
optimize
know you
React
optimize.
application?
Yeah, can you please come back?
How can you optimize React application?
For optimization, we like we can use hooks, like use callback, use memo,
Okay,
and memo. I for using higher order component, we can use memo, and we can use best practices like code optimize, code modularity, code splitting.
okay. Have you used lazy loading?
Yeah, yeah. We can use lazy loading also.
Have you worked on
Dynamic
lazy
loading.
loading?
Yeah, I have used dynamic loading as a, also known as lazy loading.
Okay. So you must have implemented lifecycle methods.
Yeah, I can implement.
Okay. So tell me, if we write, so for updating phase, what do you have? What do you write in functional components?
In functional component for updating phase, I usually used to use state.
Use state.
Yeah,
Okay. Use state hook. So you write
yeah,
use state
use
hook
state.
for. Okay. So you write use state hook for all mounting, updating, unmounting.
Yeah,
Okay. So where you use effect?
generally we use effect for API calling, or we like we need to change on the life cycle. If we want to change the variable as per the life cycle, we can use effect. Like for
Okay.
example, use effect takes a dependency array which is called as per the dependency has changed.
Okay. So how with the so you told me you do it with the help of use state, right? In
Like for changing the variables, we can use state.
no, in lifecycle methods you use state for
In life cycle
updating
method, use
methods.
effect. Can you repeat it again?
So you told me use state you use for lifecycle methods.
No, for updating the variables inside the component.
Updating. So I'd ask you, like for lifecycle methods,
For
which
life
hook you
cycle,
should be using?
okay, so
You told
like
use
for
state.
that pardon, but in in the case of life cycle, we use effect.
Okay. So you told me updating phase use state. So do you want to change the answer for what you use for updating phase?
Updating phase in
Yes.
life cycle,
Yes.
mounting and updating and unmounting. Yeah,
Yes. So for updating phase, what you will do? What you will use?
for updating phase,
Yes.
updating phase means after the
What are the parameters you will be passing inside use effect in updating phase? For you will write use effect, right?
for updating phase. Like, can you clear your question? Like, I'm not getting.
Okay. So tell me, what you will be passing inside use effect for mounting, updating, and unmounting phase. You will be using use effect for all these three phases. Now tell me what are the parameters you will be passing for each phase.
Like, okay, so your question is like, if I want to run the use effect for these three cases, how I
Yes.
will run?
Yes.
So for mounting phase, we can use empty dependency.
Okay.
For updating phase, we can use a state as a dependency in
Okay.
dependency array. For
Okay.
unmounting, we can return we can use return inside a callback of use effect, which will call after the unmount.
No, no, unmounting what you will do?
We will return a function
Okay.
inside the callback of the use effect.
And will should we be passing dependency?
Yeah, we will pass the dependency.
Okay. Okay.
Means the in unmount phase, the use effect callback will return that function if it return a function inside the callback. Did you got my point? I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
I got it. I got it. Okay. So tell me, if we don't pass dependency and
inside dependency.
we are passing only callback function inside use effect.
Okay,
So what will it will happen? It will run on which situation?
it will run only one time.
Only one time?
Yeah, no, no. If it is empty, it will run one time. But if we are not passing any dependency, it will run in every refresh, every state change. It will run again and again.
Every state change.
Yeah, whenever the component is found,
So
means
if we
update in
pass,
update.
if in updating phase,
I'm not able to recognize the phases like mount, update, and unmount. But I know when if we are not pass any dependency area, means it's empty. We only
not
passed a
it is
callback
not an
function.
empty array.
Means it's empty. Only a callback function is
Only
there.
callback function, yes.
Yeah. For every state changes, it will call the use effect after
If we
every.
don't pass dependency,
Yeah, it will call again and again. Every state change.
every state change.
Yeah.
So what it will happen if we pass state in dependency array and callback function? So what it will happen then?
It will only go render like use effect will only run after the state change. The dependency
So
array
in this also
state.
it will be the same.
You are telling me it will be same.
So you told me if we don't pass dependency array, it will run.
Both are different. Both are different. Like
Both
if
are
in if
different, I know, but what you told is if we don't pass dependency array and only callback function, then it will run on state change. Am I right?
yeah, every state, whichever the state are created inside the component, or in the other case, which in which we have passed the state independency, it will only change after the dependency changes.
Okay.
Like, did you get my point? Like
Okay.
the only the state which has passed in that dependency array, but in no dependency, it will changes in every state change.
Every state change. Okay. Okay. So tell me, okay? What is the rule of render method?
Role of render method.
Yes, a render method is there. You know it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We use create root render for rendering.
Yes. So what is the use of?
React we get render from the React DOM. So the render method is used for complete process of uh, React is done by render. Like it takes three parameter like props, child, and the uh, div. It used to create the like in JavaScript we use uh, document.create element. The same way we use create root. The renders creates inside the render creates a process for creating the element same as the create element or in JavaScript. Takes the three parameter
Just
probes
tell me
child
what is the
type.
purpose of it.
The purpose of render to create the elements
Okay.
to rendering the complete React in a JavaScript.
So if rendering is happening, so what does it happen in rendering process?
You are asking for me like create root dot render or
Render
rendering
method,
process
render method, render. Have you know render method we have?
in class component.
Yes.
No idea about, like I have heard but never used, like for rendering. Maybe I thought like we use while creating a React project, we write create root from React DOM. There is a
Okay, so there is a rendering process.
okay for rendering process.
There is a rendering process. We know that.
Yeah.
Whenever suppose there is a state thing, so it renders.
Okay.
So
Yes.
what that rendering process? What happens in that rendering process?
So okay, the process
What
of
happens
rendering,
in that process?
how React changes the state, all of that.
Yes, how React changes. Like I just want to know what happens. What happens in rendering process? There is a process rendering happens, right? Normal
Yes.
rendering. In that rendering process, what happens in the background?
Can you please give me example, like question I'm not getting, like if we
Okay, so
state this change.
I will say rendering happens. Does re-render
Yeah.
happens?
Yes.
So what happens in that rendering process?
In rendering process means the browser shows our complete components for like painting.
Okay, we'll move to the next question. Okay, no worries. You can check it later on. Okay, what is the difference between context API and Redux?
In the difference between context hooks APIs, like in context APIs we use for like instead of probe drilling, we use context API for like using the variables as a global to access them in any child, in any deep nested object component. And for use like reducer, you tell reducer.
I ask you bit difference between Redux and context API.
Redux and context API,
Yes.
like both are used for instead of probe drilling to make a, a store where we can access variables like
Yes,
something like a
I
global
got it.
variable.
Okay, both are used for same purpose.
Yeah, but
What's the difference?
the difference are like uh, Redux give a like more functionality, we can say. In props context API we need to create context and we can use
So
them
what's that?
same as.
What's the impact of that functionality? What's the impact of uh, extra functionality given to Redux? What happens due to that in Redux? Like what advantage it gives to Redux as compared to context API?
As compared to context API, the main advantage you can remember is like more we can Redux provide us like a structured way where we follow the say boilerplate structure path to access the variable and update the variable.
Okay. Okay, we'll move to HTML. Okay. What are the different types of lists in HTML?
Order list, unordered list.
Okay, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what is description list?
Description list.
Yes.
No, no
Okay.
idea.
Okay, no worries. Can you tell me HTML layout structure?
HTML layout structure,
Yes.
like the file, boilerplate file.
There is a structure, right? There is a header.
Yeah, okay, boilerplate, like the initial file HTML. Like we use HTML tag. Inside that we use header, head tag, and the inside that we
There are
use title
different
tag.
sections.
Yeah,
Header section.
header section, body section.
Yeah.
In header we use titles, meta
Tell me
tags,
only sections.
sections, header, body. Yeah,
No footer.
we can create footer inside the body.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
there are header, like tag, footer tag, aside tag, and main tag, which we can use for creating a section.
Okay.
Aside, main, header, footer. Yeah,
Uh, can you tell me what are HTML entities?
HTML entities.
Yes.
Entities. No idea. Entities.
Okay. Do you have an idea?
No idea.
Okay.
How entities, like
Okay. Okay. No worries.
by the naming, I don't have idea.
So, okay. 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 How can we club two or more columns or rows?
How can we?
Club, or we can combine two columns or two or more rows in a table, HTML table.
Combining the table.
Combining
Oh,
means if there are
cold span. We can use cold span.
code span. Okay. In how many ways we can specify CSS styles for the HTML element?
Inline, we can create in in there are two, like three ways we can create a css, and we can a css file, we can assign them by class. We can write inline css by adding a style attribute, and we can pass the style inside the style attribute.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's the only way.
yeah, there are only we can use ids.
Inline style, it is only one way, right?
Yeah, we can write like style tag, and inside the style tag we can write css to apply the css on an html tag.
Okay.
We can write a class, and we can use that class on that tag.
Okay. Tell me, can we display a web page inside another web page? Inside
Can
a
we
inside a web page, can we display another web page?
we can use iframe for that.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, what's the difference between em tag and I tag?
Em tag and I tag.
Yes.
I tag is used for like italic font.
Okay.
Em tag, em tag,
Are you able
em
to remember?
mm, maybe site like emphasize. We can use
Yes.
like double quotes emphasize.
Emphasize. Yes. So what's the use of it?
The text which we use inside the that text will be the italic font for I,
I
and for the
yes, and em is
for
emphasize, but
em.
But what it tells?
It will give us a two quotation mark like this.
Okay. So there should be a meaning. Is there any meaning, like they are enclosed? Yes.
The meaning is like used for page reader or the caller, like if we use it, it helps for like SEO purposes, or when we use page reader functionality to read the text over the page, it will like hold for that word.
Okay, tell me, what is the difference between HTML and XHTML?
XHTML,
Yes.
no idea.
No idea. Okay. What are empty elements?
What are the empty elements?
Yes.
Empty elements means which do not like enclose itself, enclose himself, like image,
Okay. Okay.
image, BR tag,
Okay. Okay. So they don't
uh,
have any closing tag.
yeah, image, video,
Okay.
uh,
Okay. Got it. Got it.
iframe.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Tell me. We'll move to CSS. Tell me what's the difference between display none and visibility hidden?
Display hidden and visibility hidden.
Display none and visibility hidden.
Display none and visibility hidden. In display none, uh, the the section which we added the display none will be the not in the page. Means if we added the CSS as display none on a web page or for a section, it will remove from the web page. And in case of visibility hidden, the, the section will be there, but it will not visible for the on the page.
Page. Okay. Any other difference?
Any other difference? Uh,
Memory will
that
be taken in both the cases.
for display none, as display is not visible, maybe visibility will take the memory and display will not.
Display will not. So you are not sure, or like,
Yeah, not sure.
okay, okay, okay. What is the difference between CSS border and CSS outline?
CSS border and CSS outline.
Yes.
CSS outline, CSS border. Border like comes in under of like outside the margin, and the outline will comes inside the, like on the page of padding. Like in if you talk about the box box uh, box and the terminology I'm forgetting, which it contains padding
Outline will be
margin
where?
in inside the margin and over the padding,
Okay,
and border will outside the margin.
okay,
The
okay,
padding border margin.
okay. What is universal selector?
Universal selector is used for like adding the CSS for whole page. We can use star to
Okay,
add the universal CSS.
okay. So tell me what is specificity in CSS?
Specific,
Specificity in CSS.
specificity. No idea.
Okay. Do you know we give priorities to one
Yeah,
selector,
ZFS priorities,
higher priorities to over.
like layer by layer
There is a class selector, ID selector, and we give
yeah,
priorities higher.
to ID selector.
So, can you tell me priority order?
Priority order.
Yes.
Priority order will be the, like inline CSS, then after the uh, global, then after the ID, and then the lowest class.
Okay. Okay. Zaid, that's it for the interview. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, so my feedback would be